Nagasa's actually going down to look.
My plane's trashed, but those are always replaceable.
The gunship crashed! Did she choose to crash on purpose?
Protect Maurice. I'm the one being protected.
She's hot. I'm asking her out. You deal with the pursuing units. I'll go save the princess. Got a towel? I need to wipe all this sweat off my brow.
What? What do you mean it's our turn to choose?
Osea's ground forces have reached the Gelachi Desert, ready to engage with Yuktebania's main force. If they win this showdown, victory in the war is almost guaranteed. The operation will happen in the northern part of the desert, having two main targets: a field HQ in the north, which will be attacked by a bomber squadron, and an airfield in the west, targeted by a tank battalion. Wardog's mission is to protect both units from enemy attacks. Given the wide area of operation, it is recommended to not go for every single enemy, which is as useful of an advice as recommending to bring an umbrella to this mission. Whenever someone tells an Ace Combat player to not go for all the targets, I think we're all gonna go for all the targets anyway. So Wardog has a bit of a reputation now, which is not as good as it sounds, since now everyone just expects them to wreck every enemy they encounter. I mean, we're still gonna do that, but still, it's a lot of pressure, okay? Now, the thing about deserts is that they're usually pretty hot, which can cause, but is not limited to, excessive worry.
If we get bogged down, it'll affect our allies' advance.
I mean, it will, but do you see the speed at which they're advancing? I mean, come on, stupid idea syndrome. Yeah, that's a good strategy. Random high G maneuvers. Oh god. Okay. There was a bomber there who is freaking out. Another fun fact about deserts is that they're, well, deserted. What I'm trying to say here is that aside from the HQ and the airfield hotspots, there isn't much going on. Ooh, there's another hangar with a part of the sci-fi prototype in it. But don't get me wrong, what this mission lacks in excitement, it compensates in quantity of enemies. You will struggle with ammo, especially if you try to do the one thing they told you not to. When the time runs out, you get a surprise mission update.
That's the boss, right?
Some enemy AWACS and fueling aircraft have arrived to try and support their forces, but unfortunately for them, it might be a bit late for that. Well, more points for us. Let me just use a SAM in close range, why not? And as expected, with the operation complete, Osea is on the verge of winning the war, with a speed that never ceases to amaze me. Great, that will be the fastest ending war ever. Can you imagine declaring war on a country just for them to be nearing your front lawn 2 months after? That's something. In the alternate universe, the operation is virtually the same. The only difference is that this time it will happen in the southern part of the desert. The airfield in the west is still a target, but this time an oil facility to the south acts as the second one. They will be attacked by 2 tank battalions, so provide cover for them while totally not going for every single enemy that shows up. Back in the desert, more of the same.
Man, this is an elaborate defensive line. These guys must have had a lot of time on their hands.
Well, they're in the desert. I don't think there's much to do. But this time, it seems my equipment is also being affected by the heat. Okay, what the fuck is happening? Did I just get a misfire on the rockets? I don't get it. Why does he fire... At one point it's firing randomly, at the other it's... Oh man, I'm so confused with these rocket launchers. I'm not seeing things, right? The RCL was bugging out. Anyway, since this mission is a bit more focused on ground targets... Oh my... They just show up, including another secret hangar. I end up with a slightly more critical ammo situation at the end, not to mention the additional damage on the whole airframe, which is why I consider the mission update as absolutely fantastic news. Oh my god. We've got a battleship. We all know how good I am in naval combat, so you can understand the stress. Okay, got me nervous there for a second. Now that Osea is clearly winning the war, a peace ceremony is being held in November City, where the vice president will give a speech to rally the citizens. Wardog has been asked to do a flyby above the stadium before the speech. After it, remain in the area to conduct a combat air patrol in case of an emergency. After all, Osea might be close to victory, but there's still a war going on. First things first, keep a tight formation with the rest of the squad and do a mandatory roll for the people in the stadium. The vice president gives his speech, and just when you're expecting the loud cheer, "Fuck yeah, war! Woo!" you instead get a rendition of Journey Home, a sort of unofficial peace anthem to cease hostilities.
Wait! That's all! The citizens, please stop this!
Stop it. You're making me embarrassed, please. Thoughts endless in flight. Day turns to night.
That isn't exactly rock and roll, you know.
That isn't exactly rock and roll, you know.
Shut up, Grim.
This is Thunderhead. Approaching enemy formation confirmed. Wardog, engage them.
Thunderhead asks for reinforcements, so Wardog needs to dogfight every enemy jet until they arrive. The stadium evacuation begins, which prompts me to ask the real questions. How did all of these guys go through without being detected on radar? We're in the middle of Osea. Who am I kidding? We all know the answer.
Attention all units approaching November City. I guess they had us going to... What? Who is this? That was a pretty good drill they got going. Anyway, drill is over. Return to base.
That little stunt has delayed the backup. Great job from Osea, by the way. Just the word of a single squadron which isn't even registered in your military records, why don't you?
Are you alright? You've been hit. Nah, it's nothing big. Not wounded. I ought to be able to keep this plane in the air a little longer. Besides, planes are expendable, right, kid?
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's the kind of line I expect from a captain.
But still, multi-million-dollar machine, guys. Come on. Let's be realistic here. Okay, so Chopper is hit, but no biggie, you can just bail out. Nagase did that 3 missions ago, he'll be fine.
There's nothing but houses down below. I can't leave this plane yet.
Oh,
The stadium, Chopper. Can you hear me? Drop it into the center of the stadium and bail out.
okay, yeah, I guess the stadium is an option, but here's a different one. How about the river that goes through the city? Don't need to wait for the evacuation, just saying. Or even better, in case you haven't noticed, there's been a rain of destroyed fighter jets falling over the city for the past 5 minutes. I'm sure one more wouldn't be a big deal. It's just... God damn it, I know that what happens is needed to push the story forward, hero's journey and whatnot, but he had options. Several. But nope, he has to wait until the evacuation is done, by which point all the circuitry is fried and he can't eject anymore. Still pisses me off after all these years. Just play the damn footage.
I'm gonna miss that voice.
That's sad, man. You're in shock? Good. Go take down a couple more fighters while we're at it.
These guys are no demons. We can take them.
Shut the fuck up, dude. We're having a moment here. Reinforcements finally arrive and the Ukes fall back.
We just got word from the ground. Except for a few injuries and the confusion following the evacuation, there were no civilian casualties in the stadium. He was a model fighter pilot to the end. Join me in saluting Captain Davenport.
Captain Alvin H. Davenport, who lost his life in the battle, is no longer with the team. He has been granted a posthumous 2-rank promotion.
Yeah, I'm sure he would be thrilled about that one. Oh goody, at least I get a trophy and I have a new aircraft available for purchase. I'm sure that's going to make my grief a little bit better. Oh, 2 aircraft and a medal, wow, fantastic. You would think this is as low of a point as you can get, but you would be surprised. Next episode is going to be a doozy, I can tell you that much.